Millions of South Africans are actually gearing up for the announced lockdown that we know will be starting in just about 2.5 days. Many of them actually flocking to chain stores such as the one that I'm standing in right now. And this is Makro in Silverlakes, east of Pretoria. Outside, long queues as the crowd outside is actually gearing up to get into the store to come and get their essentials before they will be on the 21-day lockdown that has been announced by the president. And of course, many have also expressed concern about the reality of panic buying ahead of the expected lockdown. So we really have to ask the question, is it panic buying, or are South Africans just gearing up, making sure that they've got the necessary essentials that will last them for the duration of the 21 days. So let's speak to a gentleman here. You can see he's got a full packed trolley for him and his family. So if you can just introduce yourself and tell us what exactly have you bought. Is this more or less the amount of groceries that you buy per month?
Yes. Also, my name is Seelan Pillay, living in Linwood. And this is not panic buying. This is just getting the essentials and to stay at home. We're listening to the president, stay at home. And if I don't have to come often to buy stuff, then I got plenty for my family. We can stay for this 21 days. And I think it's a good thing, this lockdown, so we don't get the other countries like Italy and France didn't listen, and they exploded with this coronavirus. So if we can curb this and people listen and stay at home, I think we will better off as a nation and a country, and especially it mustn't spread to our country, to all the townships. It will have lots of deaths. So please, I hope people are listening to stay at home and take the president's advice.
Your experience in the store when you just got your essentials before the lockdown, did you get everything that you needed? How was your experience? It seems like the store is not that full. It seems like everything is orderly, and I see the staff, they're also, very ready and helping people swiftly. It seems like everything is according to plan, very orderly, I must say. But your personal experience?
Personal experience, yes, it's orderly, and you see after every 10 minutes they're announcing, please keep your distance, and please ask the staff for assistance and things. And then also, I think they're preventing the panic buying. You're limited to fresh produce chicken, 5 kgs per customer. So they're doing their job as the staff and as Makro itself, the management. So people are listening, people are taking the thing, so there's no fighting, there's no pushing around, so that's good.
And I must also say, from what we saw last week, Monday, after the president announced the state of national disaster, we saw, I think, that was panic buying, not what we see today. The trolleys are reasonably filled, some of them are not even filled. Outside, as I said, there are queues as expected, of course, but it's really not as chaotic and shocking as we saw last week.
Yes, and also you can see people are listening and getting sanitized at the door, coming in. The trolleys are wiped down. So I think people are taking note of what's happening in the other countries, and we are trying to do our best to not let this virus spread. And I think the stores, the management are doing their job also. And then I think hopefully we'll have a good and happy country in the next 21 days after we have this lockdown and people listen, and I think we should be safe.
Just lastly, how are you and your family planning to spend the coming 21 days?
I work for a company, can I say the name? Meditech, and they planned ahead. They told us, as soon as the president made the speech, we were told to work from home, and I'm an IT, so we got the necessary things to be done, and people in our company listen, and then everyone's at home. So I think that's a good idea. So I hope companies can do that. for especially people, so they don't lose their jobs. And for my family, I think we should be fine. The kids are out of university and they're at home with me. So I think just staying at home and listening to everything, we should be fine.
All right, thank you so much, and good luck to you and your family.
All right, we'll have more news for you at the top of the hour. Do stay tuned.